Continuing to field questions for USMLE, I have a student who's asking about the step one becoming more clinically oriented, wants to know how this impacts his prep, and I have a very important point I want to debunk here, okay? So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Give the video a like. I really appreciate it. Find me on Instagram at mehlman_medical, mehlman_medical. Link is down below. Find me on Telegram. Recently created a Telegram group and channel. Links are down below. Now I'll start the clip. So this is not going to be a lengthy discussion. I just remark that I have a student who's asked about the step one becoming more clinically oriented, and I said I have an important point I want to debunk here, which is that because students will ask this about the clinical orientation of step one, it is important you know that it is in fact the opposite that is true. In 2021, spring or summer, the USMLE had released a statement saying that they were removing the small percentage, I think it was about 5%, they were removing the small percentage of next best step in management questions from the step one, okay? So no, it's not becoming more clinically oriented. It's in fact the opposite. Now, how does this impact your study? Because I know some people are worried about wasting their time, quote unquote, on step two related material. Look, your step two score eventually is gonna fucking matter a lot, okay? Now that we have a pass fail step one, don't worry about spending a little bit of extra time, maybe touching upon some management related questions, okay? Medicine all coalesces together, and I don't think you should be concerned about creating a bit of a foundation, that layer for yourself where that'll ultimately enable you to score higher on 2CK eventually. My PDFs, for instance, I do have very step one oriented ones such as neuroanatomy, immunology, biochemistry, step two specific ones such as peds, obs, gyne, surgery, right? And then students will ask about my other PDFs, for instance, cardio, renal, etc., pulmonary, and they'll say, well, are those step one or step two? And the answer is they're both. So I think that you shouldn't necessarily ignore / disregard if you encounter detail in a PDF that says you have cardiac tamponade, you should do a pericardiocentesis or a pericardial window. I mean, is it that dramatic or that much of a waste of your time to just be mindful of actual medicine? Okay, that took 2 fucking seconds to read. I mean, you have to create a little bit of space for yourself to retain some information, okay? I mean, so I don't think you should freak out about potential 2CK overlap when you're studying for the step one. It doesn't mean you should go off doing 2CK UWorld, of course not, okay? But for my PDFs, just read fucking everything. And as far as this notion of the step one becoming more clinical, it's the opposite, okay? As of 2021 spring or summer, as I mentioned before, the USMLE had said that they removed about the 5% of questions that were next best step in management. You know the deal. I'm going to continue to make more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate your time. That's it.